Thank you for waiting. Hi. Sorry I'm late, and ironically, I'm late on a live that I'm going to talk about how to create an effective to do list. So that's something new. Um, but yeah, things happen. So, yeah, so I mean, hope you all had a good weekend. And I'm back again with yet another live. And I want to talk about how you can create an effective to do list. Especially now, I think it's very important, because we don't have, normally what happens is when we are in our daily routine, be it college and classes and work or things like that, we tend to fall into doing things just because we have to do these other things as well. So our normal routine kind of forces us into um, prioritizing tasks and into getting things done so that we can be free for when we want to do the other routine stuff. But now when we are in a lockdown and we have so much time to ourselves, we have we don't have to wake up at a certain time, we don't have to do certain things, we don't have to go out every other day, we don't have to meet people, things like that. Those are really down right now. So in that sense, prioritizing and having a to-do list has become more important than ever. um, of course, since we have so much more time that we have to plan for. So I want to share some, simple ways on how you can create an effective to-do list. I'm going to keep it very specific to work. So this is not, I mean, I'm not going to cover things like, waking up or things like going to the gym or, doing your home workout or watching TV or reading a book. I'm not going to cover those things. I'm going to cover things that will help you prioritize your work effectively, and that I think broadly speaking is going to come down to freelancing. So I'm going to talk about how you can manage your time as a freelancer and make the most of it. So first I want to talk about why a to-do list matters. So let me tell you that a to-do list is very new for me as well, because again, when I had my usual routine of college and things like that, I wouldn't create a to-do list. I had like, college for 6 hours a day, and then I'm in lectures, and then once I'm back, I know that I will do the work somehow. So I didn't have a routine. So now that I have it, I have kind of experimented over the past few weeks as to what kind of to do list or what kind of routine works best for me, and I'm sticking to that. So, why does a to do list matter? Is because, first of all, it helps you prioritize all your tasks and organize your day, your week, your month. And that was the number one reason why I needed a to do list, because once we were in the lockdown, I had so much time and I had so many more clients. There was a month where I had 30 clients in the whole month. And that's a lot of people to manage. That's a lot of calls. It's a lot of, work to do. That's a lot of back and forth. So I wanted to make it seamless. So I decided that I need to have, I need to have some sort of a to do list which is time oriented and which is, which has a deadline. Okay. So why a to do list? First, it helped me organize and prioritize everything. So I knew what had to be done, and I could do like at least 80% of my task by the end of the day on time. So that was the first thing. Second thing is maintaining relationships, because with clients it's so important to have seamless communication, to be up to date with tasks, to complete things on time. All these things matter. So if you are if you're communicating clearly, then that really helps you maintain good relationships with your clients, and it just helps you get things done on time. So your client is happy, you are happy, everyone's happy. That's the second thing. The third thing is it helps your own mental health and your own mental peace, because if I'm not finishing the work on time, it means that I'm taking more time that I would usually keep for myself. I'm putting that into working. So instead of finishing work at 6, I'm still working and working and working until like maybe 1 a.m. So I don't want that. It really it takes up so much time and effort, and then I, again wake up and do this all over again. It's very stressful. So to change that, to get rid of that mental stress and just feel more peaceful, I created a to do list. And the fourth thing, the most important thing, why I created a to do list is because I wanted to sleep guilt free. Because what happened was, at a time, once the lockdown started, I became very lazy. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't work on time. I wouldn't wake up on time. I wouldn't, once I started working, then I would skip my food. That wasn't good for me either. And I wasn't getting things done. So by the time I went to bed, I would feel so guilty for the whole day that, oh my God, like I have not done anything. I haven't met my, day to day routine. I haven't even eaten properly. I haven't done my workout. I haven't done the work that I was supposed to do. I didn't look for clients. I didn't put out a LinkedIn post. What am I doing? And again, to get rid of that thought right before I hit the bed, and to have that peace while sleeping, and to not have that guilt while sleeping, I decided that I need to create a routine and I need to create a task list. So it may seem weird, but it's actually very important that you even prioritize your sleep, and you make sure that you have some sort of a guilt free sleep. It's important. Again, I throw the word important around a lot while I'm on live. I hope that's okay. So the next thing is why I created. Okay, you know why I finally decided to create a task list, but now how did I create it? So I didn't, I know that there are so many books and there are so many methods and there are so many, theories or something you can follow to create to do lists. I didn't do any of that. I just created something that worked well for me, and I'm going to share that with you. So you can give that a shot and you can see how that works for you as well. Um, so one of the first ways I created a to-do list was to simply note down my tasks for the day. So I used to do this even earlier, like even before the lockdown, when I just had to know what things need to be done. So that was the first thing I did. I had a notebook. Now I have this thing called a daily diary on my iPad. So I just write down the date and I just write down the things I need to do. So suppose I know that I have to submit an article in 3 days. So I will go to that date. I will go to like the 16th of July, and on that date I will write submit this article. If I know that I have to submit if I have to make a call tomorrow, I will go to tomorrow's date and I will write that I need to make a call tomorrow. Instead of writing things like start working on the blog, finish the blog, do the research, instead of breaking it down, I just made a list of my deadlines. So every time I got a new client or I had a new call or I had a new deadline, I would just go to that date and add that submit this thing on this day. So what this did was, every morning when I woke up, I would check out my task for the day, what is due today, and then I would check the task for the next day. So what is due tomorrow, and then accordingly I would figure things out on for today, on how to make sure that I meet today's deadlines and also tomorrow. So in this sense, I am not really creating a task list of when to do what. I'm just creating of all the things that need to be done. Now, of course, there are some things that have to be done on priority, some things that have to be submitted by, say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some things by 4 o'clock, and then how do you kind of, work that out? So what I do is, I just like, if I have a particular time deadline, if it's not just end of day, if it's a particular timed deadline, I just highlight that in a different color. So I like say highlight it in yellow, and then I know that that is the priority task. So that has to be done first, and on one side I just write the final time when it is due. So highlight it and write the final time when it is due. So every morning when I wake up, I check those, my eyes just naturally go to that highlighted section and I check the timings, and that's how I get things done. So that's again something that's worked for me, because honestly, a lot of my work is either on a monthly retainer basis or it's a broader scope of work that continues over a few weeks. So I don't have any particular deadlines as such, because for me it's like, if the scope is defined for the month, then I'm doing it as per the schedule that we have discussed with the client earlier. And that's how things work out. So it's not like I have time deadlines. But of course sometimes some things pop up, or if it's a one time work or something, then the deadlines are timed, and then I follow that highlight and time method, so that works good for me. This is the first method that I follow. And the second method that I follow occasionally, not always, occasionally, is when I prioritize my tasks as per the time. So there are some days when I have a lot of calls, a lot of work, and I have to get everything done. This is usually like, once a week. It's like very, very busy and, just working all the time. So what I do in that case is, suppose I have to submit an article, a social media post, and a web copy. So what I'll do is I'll write an article dash, and I will write the time that it needs to be ready by, for me, not for just for the client, but for myself. When do I want to complete the task? So article 1 p.m., web copy 3 p.m., social media post 4 p.m. So what this does is, once I have created that personal deadline that this is when I want to submit it, what this does it that does is, it doesn't force me into when I should start the work, when I should for how long I should do the work. I don't make slabs like 2 to 4 p.m. web copy, 5 to 6 p.m. social media post, not like that. It's just broad, and my aim is whatever I do, it has to be done by this point of time. So if I have said that the article has to be done by 2 p.m., then no matter what I do, how late I wake up or how early I wake up, whether I decide to eat, whether I don't, whether I'm on call, whether I'm not, I have to make sure that I am finishing my work by that particular time. Again, that helps me a lot because it's usually 2 or 3 tasks which have to be done by a particular time based on priority. And what that it does is, it doesn't like coop me into a particular time slab. So I don't have to think whether can I do this copy in like 3 hours, can I do this in 20 minutes, because unless I do it, I don't really know how long it will take. So just this broad deadline again helps. And it just it managed like I managed to get things done on time. So you could try this out. Maybe this will work for you as well. It's this is not something I've read anywhere or anything. It's just something that I do for myself, and it works for me. So it's very like it's important again that you consider that, if you have some other methods that somebody else has suggested, give them a shot as well. You can try something that I am doing as well. Either ways, try it out for like say 1 or 2 weeks, see how it works for you, whether it's something that you can understand, that you can manage. Maybe while you try different things, you might even come up with your own method that works for you, so that's okay as well. So there isn't any theory or law you're supposed to follow for working and for creating a routine. So whatever works for you, stick with that. Okay, so now that you know how I created, the biggest question that I received in my stories was, how do you prioritize tasks? How do you know which one to do first and which one to do later? How do you do that? So, in this sense, there are two things to consider. There is first the urgency, and then secondly the importance. So, tasks which are urgent are something like a client saying that I want this copy done in 2 hours. That's urgent. Okay, it's important. It's urgent because it has to be done at a particular time and very quickly. So it's urgent. The second thing is it important? Is is it important? Yes, because a client is telling you to do it. So since that person is your client, since that person is somebody you're working with, that means it's important to get it done. Things like I think in terms of priority, it's things like, if you have something that's important, that's again work of a client, but it's not due for another say 24 hours, then it's not urgent. It's important, but it's not urgent, so that can go lower. So anything that fits with urgent and important, put that higher on your task list, and whatever does it, put that lower. But of course, meet kind of keep it according to the deadline, otherwise everything will end up being in the important and urgent task. So just prioritize things that way also properly. So that's one way of priority, where you consider whether things are urgent, important, or both. Some things like you wanting to say study a course. You have your own free time, and it's important for you, but it may not be urgent when you compare it to things like getting things for your clients done. So if that's not urgent, again, that can be done at a later point once you are done with other things for the day. So that's again how you kind of balance things out and weigh whether something is on top of your priority list or not. Okay, that's for creating to do lists. And the third thing is, how do you stick to it? You have a list. How do you not procrastinate? How do you not, end up doing something else? How do you still meet your deadlines? Because having a list is good, but how do you get yourself to really get up and do those things? So there are a few generic things I could say here. It may seem like it's very common, but it's important, and it's common because it works. So that's why you've heard it. So first thing is that you have to make a routine. So if you are working, if you're a freelancer, always have a specific work hours. Make your own routine, because what that does is it gets you in the discipline that okay, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I have to do my work every single day. It's like going to office. You know you have to go to office. You have to work for a certain number of hours before you can leave. So make it the same way for working at home as well. Have a fixed routine and have that discipline that no matter what, in this time frame, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to watch TV, I'm not going to read a book, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to only work, and I'm going to take a lunch break, and I'm going to take a break every few hours here and there. So that should be your plan. Second thing is, uh, feel free to extend your work hours. Especially for me, like Mondays are very busy. Mondays are usually packed with work because of the weekend break, so everything rides on the Monday. So in that sense, I am open to working for say 2 or 3 hours more on Mondays, taking having my lunch late, and things like that. So just being open to a bit of compromise, I guess, on specific days when things are not done completely, to make sure I match them. So what this does is I end up investing say 2 3 hours more on a Monday to get things done, but at least I complete everything on my list. So when I start tomorrow, when I reach the Tuesday, I am okay. I can get things done on time because there's no backlog, and because I will feel more mentally at peace having done the previous things. Okay. So feel free to extend your work hours. Be open to that occasionally. But of course, aim to get things done on time so that you don't have to extend your work hours. And the third thing is to be realistic with your deadlines. It's good to have a to-do list. It's good to have a plan, have a routine, have a discipline, and it's good to get things done on time. But even other than that, you have to make sure that you have realistic deadlines, that you are not over promising anybody, um, because this may affect your relationship with your client, of course, and it will also stop you from feeling like you've done enough work. And so it's important to just be realistic with your deadlines and not compromise on your mental peace, on your timing, on having to work more, things like that. So just make it easier by setting realistic deadlines. Now, I want to give a few extra things here, because based on what you asked me in the questions. So, you asked me that is it okay, like, how do you not judge yourself when you miss a particular task? To that, I would say it's okay to miss particular tasks, it's absolutely fine. Um, Still aim to get, like, 75 to 80% of your task list complete. Get everything done as much as possible, because that will be good for you and it won't pile up the next day. So be careful with that. It's okay to miss a few things, but don't make it a habit of knowingly leaving them, thinking, oh, I'll do this tomorrow. Don't do that. That's it. um, and there's nothing about judging yourself. There's no thing like you don't need to judge yourself for missing something. It's natural, it happens. And that's again where the realistic deadlines come into play. if you have realistic deadlines, you may not end up missing as many things as you would have otherwise. So that's first thing. The second question I got was how to make it long term. How do you stick to a routine long term? And again, to that, I would say that by figuring out what works best for you. So I have found the routine that works best for me. I know that I prefer working from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I know that I prefer taking an extension of maximum 2 hours if I need to. I know that my method of creating lists is a certain way and not like, time bound, like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. this, not like that. So that's what works for me. So if you find out what works for you, and if you're not just forced into it just because somebody else is doing it and because it works for them, then then it'll feel like a natural part of the process rather than feeling like you have a task list and you have to do things. So that would be a good idea to just find what works for you in terms of making an effective task list. The third thing is, how do you deal when somebody, things happen in between? People call, people text, you want to take a break. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with things like that happening? So first thing for me is I don't get any unexpected calls because it's very clear with my clients that if there is a call, we will schedule it in advance. So in that sense, I never get unexpected calls. Things like calling my family, calling my friends, I always do that after work hours. So even though I'm a freelancer, I only do that after work hours so that I know that I have to get things done. Again, treat it as your job. Treat it as your job, as you have, a 9 to 5 basically, and then do your personal things later on that way. So that would help. And if something, if there are calls, then you have to kind of consider that leeway while you are planning your day. Consider that you may have, say a 10-minute call here and there, and make plan for that. If you cannot take the call, just tell the caller, I'm sorry, I will call you back, I'm finishing something. That's absolutely fine. So you can do that as well. And finally, a very good question was, do not do list matter? So does it matter that we have a list of things to not do? Like, okay, do not go out, do not get up unless you finish things, do not watch Netflix, do not do not whatever. So you may have your own list of things to not do. I don't have that list. I don't make that list because I think that as long as I complete what is meant to be completed, I'm okay, and then I will have time to do whatever I want to do. So again, the idea is that stick to the list of things I want to do and I have to do, get those out of my way, have the mental peace of having a productive day, of having done things properly, and then I'm good to go. Then I can rest well. Then I have time for myself, and I can do things that I want to. So that's how it works. So to sum it up, let's just quickly sum it up because that's all there is. A to-do list matters because it helps you prioritize and organize tasks. It helps you maintain your relationships with your clients, gives you mental health, gives you mental peace, and it helps you sleep guilt free. So that's why it matters. Second, how I create it, I list down all the tasks for the day on the respective deadline dates, and I create a time wise list of when I need to complete the particular task. That's what works for me. And the third is, how do you stick to your list? How do you just do what you're supposed to do? By having a routine, first of all, by extending your time, like extending your work hours when needed, and by having realistic deadlines. And that's all there is to creating an effective to-do list, or rather creating a to-do list and then making sure that it has been effective for you. So don't forget to experiment, don't forget to kind of see what works out best for you and go ahead with that. So that's all for this session today. Now if you have any questions, I will answer them for like 5 minutes. So you can drop all your questions in the question tab or in the comment section on the live. So waiting for a few minutes. Let's see. I mean, I think I answered the questions within the live itself. So it was actually pretty ironic that I was 5 minutes delayed. I like the word delayed. I was 5 minutes delayed for a live where I was supposed to talk about why you should have a to-do list and why how you should meet your deadlines. But I guess it's okay. I guess you don't have any questions. I don't know if nobody like once I had the post that I'm going to do a live on this, I swear like so many people messaged that wow, we're waiting for this live. We really want to know how to prioritize tasks. I'm surprised you don't have any questions. Okay, Karthik is asking, what if something more important pops up? Should we stick to our list? Something more important pops up, like a client calls and says, I need something in 2 hours, or I need something now. And if you have scope for it, yes, go for it. Do that thing. Or if you cannot, just tell the client that not in 2 hours, I'll give it to you in 4 hours. Or I'm sorry, it's not possible today. I'll try to give it to you by tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. You can work things out. It depends on, your way of working and the relationship with your client also. Mm, can we get a recorded video? Yes, this video will be saved on my page. Does every writer leave his emotion with his words? Not something for this session. Do freelancing platforms still work? Again, not something for this session. If you have anything relevant to creating task lists, please let me know. I'm just gonna say that maybe this was a very good session and you guys just don't have any questions left to ask. So please ask. Yash has commented that he has stopped writing through keyboard and is only using voice typing. Is that okay? It's okay. Whatever you prefer. I don't know if you meant that for the comment or you meant that for the content you create. Even if it's for the content you create, that's a good idea actually. You should go ahead with it. Okay, I guess that is all for today then. Thank you so much for joining again, and I will be back soon with yet another live. I hope you like this one. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a live tomorrow that I have with Soumya. It's on Instagram tomorrow. I think it's 7 p.m. IST. I'll share the details soon for tomorrow's live, and yeah, that's all for today. So I hope this helped you out. I hope this helps you create an effective to-do list and make things work. So okay, Gautam has asked, can you, sorry guys. Gautam has asked, can you give some apps which we can create a to-do list? I wouldn't recommend any apps. On my iPad, I just use GoodNotes. So I just use the task list template, which is just nothing. It just has checkboxes and lines. So I just write that and I keep ticking things off. That's it. So you don't need a fancy app. Even your notebook is fine. Just make a list and keep ticking things off. Works. Okay, finally, really, I am going. So, thank you so much again for joining the live, and I'll be back again soon with another one. So, until then, just stay home and stay safe and take care. Bye.